This is the 2026 Ontario Personal Tax Credit Return Form. This goes along with the Federal Personal Tax Credit Return Form, and by filling this, you are letting your employer know how much the provincial tax deduction needs to be made, and you give the input, which we will see how this is done. I have made a video on the Federal Personal Tax Credit Return. If you have not watched that video, you can go and watch that, because that also will go, that will be for federal, and this one is for Ontario specific. You do this when you're joining any employment, your status has changed, for example, marriage, you have a child. So in this situation, the tax credit comes into play, and that's why it is important that you let your employer know how much tax deduction to do based on the input what you give. So this is the federal form. The link will be there in the description, or you can just search and come to this page. You have this personal tax credit return and the worksheet. I have shown in previous video how to work on this. And for Ontario, once you come down, here is the tax credit return form and the worksheet. Worksheet in your case, it might be required. It may not be required at all. We will see that scenario also. So first we start with last name, first name, date of birth, employee name, address, postal code, and for non-resident only, country of permanent residence. And then social insurance number here. You see, I have made all the entries. Date of birth, you will have to enter the number as I have shown, and then enter it like this. Automatically it will show up in this format. You will also have to enter the employee number. So once that is done, this line 1, basic personal amount 12,989 comes pre-filled. Keep as it is, no change to be made. Line 2 is age amount. In case you are not 65 year or older as on December 31st, 2026, you will make an entry as 0. If you meet this qualifying age of 65 year or older as on 31st December 2026, and your net income will be this amount 47,210 or less, you will enter 6342 like this. You may also enter partial amount if your net income for the year, that is 2026, is going to be between 47,210 to 89,490. And to calculate partial amount, you will have to, before filling out this line 2, you will have to fill the form TD1 Ontario worksheet. Remember, I talked about this worksheet. Let me download this PDF fillable form. This is the worksheet, and whenever you have to work on the worksheet, you will see the line number mentioned, line 2, and here it talks about the age amount. This is where you will come and do your calculation, and whatever amount comes here will go to line 2. So line 5, line 6, you see, these are the ones, line 7, which you may have to fill if you have to come and do the worksheet. Anytime the form asks per worksheet, this is where you will come and do the computation, and whatever you get the amount, that number will be added here on the personal tax credit return sheet. I am keeping this 0, and then comes line 3, pension income amount. If you receive regular pension payment from pension plan or fund, not including Canada Pension Plan, Quebec Pension Plan, Old Age Security, or guaranteed income supplement payment, in that case, enter whichever is less, 1,796 or your estimated annual pension. This is only if you get pension. If you're getting pension from your company pension plan or annuity from the pension plan, in that case, you will enter your number. Say you get $2,000 as a pension, you will enter here instead of 2,000, 1,796. And in case you're getting a pension of say 1,300, you enter 1,300. So that's why whichever is less, 1,796 or your estimated annual pension. I am keeping the entry as 0. Line 4, disability amount. In case you don't have form T2201, which is disability tax credit certificate, you will enter 0. And if you have this form T2201, you will enter 10,494. I am entering 0 here. And then comes line 5, spouse or common law partner amount. So here, to get this 11,029, if you have to enter this 11,029 here, you need to meet two conditions. One, your spouse or common law partner lives with you, and the second condition is that your spouse or common law partner net income from that year will be 1,103 or less. So if their earning is 1,103 or less, you will enter this amount 11,029. If they have earning more than this, that is they earn between 1,103 and $12,132. Remember this, if they have earning then between this, in that case, for claiming partial amount, you will have to fill out line 5 section of form TD1 Ontario WS. This is the line 5, and how this will work, you see, this base amount was already pre-filled 12,132, and if the spouse income is 5,000 minus this gives you 7,132. So this 7,132 is what will go in line 5 here like this, and if not, enter 0. Next is line 6, amount for eligible dependent. Again, if you have eligible dependent, you will enter this 11,029, 11,029 like this, provided they meet all the eligibility criteria what is set here. First one is you do not have a spouse or common law partner, or you have a spouse or common law partner who does not live with you and who you are not supporting or being supported by. Second is the dependent is related to you and lives with you. This could be your child, parent, sibling, but they have to be dependent on record. And then the dependent's net income for that year will be 1,103 or less. So if these three criteria are met, they have no income or less than this income, in that case, you enter this amount. If they meet the criteria and have any earning between this amount, 1,103 to 12,132, in that case, it will be partial amount. You will have to fill line 6 of the TD1 Ontario WS forms. Once you enter the income and subtract this with the base amount, the amount what you get is what you will enter in line 6. If their earning is beyond 12,132, you will enter 0. There is no. Once you enter the income and subtract this with the base amount, the amount what you get is what you will enter in line 6. If their earning is beyond 12,132, you will enter 0. This line 7 Ontario Caregiver amount, it is to support eligible infirm dependent aged 18 or older. If you have anyone 18 year or old, it could be your child, your grandchild. Here the categories are given. Basically someone who has severe or prolonged impairment, who qualifies for disability tax credit, has an infirmity as it says on this line, and person with disability. So if these criteria are met, you will be able to enter. After you calculate this amount by filling line 7 section of form TD1 Ontario work section. Here you see this is the working. Here you will enter the details and the number what you get will get transferred to line 7. Here I am entering 0. So far we covered line 5 credit for your spouse or common law partner. We saw the calculation and the conditions. Same for eligible dependent like child or parent or your support, and also we saw Ontario Caregiver amount for supporting an infirm relative. Now line 8 and 9 are little different and it can be confusing. They're not about claiming new credit. They're about transferring unused credit from someone in your family to you. So think of it like this. Imagine your spouse or child gets a $10 coupon, but they can't use it. They can give it to you so it doesn't go waste. That's exactly what happens with tax credit. Let me show this to you how it works. Once you understand line 9, which is for spouse, you will be, I'm sure, able to do for dependent similarly. So if your spouse has any of these three credit left over after reducing own taxes to 0, age amount, pension income amount, disability amount. They can transfer that unused portion to you. Let's say your spouse, Rick, qualifies for 10,494 disability amount, but his tax bill is not only $3,000, he uses 3,000 of his credit, leaving 7,494 unused. This 7,494 can transfer to you on line 8. If you have understood for spouse, similarly for dependent, you can do the calculation. If you don't have, in that case, you will enter 0. I am entering 0 here, and then in line 10, total claim amount, you will add line 1 to 9. Whatever the amount you see here, everything gets added and the total comes here. In my case, it is 12,898, which comes as total. So this part is done. Then we come down. Here you see more than one employer or payer at same time. So if you have this case, in that case, you will check this if you have more than one employer or payer at the same time and you have already claimed personal tax credit amount on another form, TD1 Ontario 2026. So if you have already filled, then you cannot claim again. In that case, you will click here and here the total amount will be 0. Let me come down. If it is not the case, you can uncheck the box and then total income is less than the total claim amount. You will tick this box if your total income is from all the employer and payee will be less than that of total claim amount on line 10. Whatever the number is on line 10, if your income is going to be less than that, in that case, again, you will check this box. Once this is done, you will sign this certification and put a date and this form is complete.
Friends, do check out my website canadatriedandtested.com, which I keep updating from time to time. And as you can see, I have organized everything in a way easy for you to find based on the topic of your interest.